Hello, welcome to this very special event that we have today. It's an interview with a Ross current student who will be going into his second year. And I'm really excited to be having this really candid conversation about what an MBA journey looks like. So if you're joining us from any one of the platforms, so Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, please write your questions. It's going to be very much an informal conversation, and we would love to have you involved in this discussion. So I am interviewing today Aruj Parajuli, who is currently in New York. So he has a wonderful view. I'm just going to zoom in if I know how to do that. And Aruj.
Hey everyone, thank you for being here.
Hi. Thank you for taking the time. Look at that view that you have back there. He's currently joining us from Amex, I guess, headquarters. Is that
Yep.
correct? Yeah. Where he is working as an intern. So he's doing his internship as a product manager. And what I really love about Aruj's story is that he comes from a nonprofit space without finance background, and one of his dreams was, and he's definitely living it, is to work in the finance world. So I love the story and how Ross was able to actually help him do that. So Aruj, why don't you give us a little bit of a background about kind of how you got to Ross and what was why did you decide to pursue an MBA?
Yeah. Thank you, Susan, for inviting me for this call, and I'm thankful to be here. And thank you, all of you, here to listen to my experience. So I hope my part of insights will help you throughout your journey to understand more about Ross. I was always kind of a guy. I was like always to be a techie kind of a guy because I come in undergrad of computer science and engineering, and MBA used to be like, no, that's not my thing because I'm always in technical side of analyzing thing, and worked in a tech industry. And it so happened to me that I decided that I want to pursue social impact because that's where my meaning and calls for it.
Mhm.
And before an MBA, I was like working in small businesses and nonprofit few years. And during that point of time, I noticed around the world there's been challenges in financial literacy, especially in the terms of access to financial awareness, like especially in the part in Asia where people they don't get access to the banks, they don't know about accounts, saving accounts, or like how they can leverage money. So I feel like there's an opportunity where I feel like I can do something about it. So something which came in my mind is that I have an experience in different industry from general management, as a software developer, or working in social impact. But something that can really help me is to get like more of a focused product kind of experience with a touch of business fundamental. Just like Susan was mentioning that I didn't have a finance background to that. So that talking with a lot of people really helped me to understand this is my goal. And if I want to achieve that goal, I need to do an MBA. And as I was thinking about a school which can really achieve that dream because I want to get into tech as well as also like impact driven.
Yeah.
And Ross was a top priority for me.
Yeah.
Went through the whole process,
Yeah.
and yeah, I was there. And right now I'm as the Susan was mentioning that I'm interning in that. So Ross really helped me through the process and in and out to achieving this dream.
Yeah. I really love that because our journeys are never entirely straight paths, unless you know from a very early age what exactly you want to do. And I love that you were able to pivot along the way and obviously leverage the MBA to help you get those business fundamentals to be able to move into this very very challenging space. Like financial services is not an
Yes.
easy job to get to, and I love that you were able to do that. And obviously, Ross has helped you along the way.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about once you joined campus, and I know that there's a lot of activity that happens pre-joining, meaning the preparation and all the stuff that Ross puts an amazing emphasis on, and I'm sure that was another element that helped you along the way. But once you joined, what was that experience like? Like, tell us, for those who are aspiring MBA candidates and perhaps only have an undergraduate as a basis point of what an academic environment looks like. What was the experience going into an MBA program? Walk us through that journey.
Yeah. Okay. That's a really important question, and it has a lot of emotion to it. And like, obviously, like when I got the call, like, hey, you're admitted to Ross, I was like so excited for it. And my next question was, so what I'm gonna do? Like, I was like kind of trying to plan things out so that my journey will be smooth. So once I got into once I like physically was in Ross, like before that, I happened to be for the orientation week. So Ross has this GBR, like where we like all the accepted student meet. And that was a point of time I was able to get an experience with Ross, like what the culture looks like, and made some friend. So that connection really helped me out to start my school, which begins around August 3rd or 4th week. And when I started, everything was happening at once. Means like you have to do networking, you have to do a coffee chat, you have to do every of those things. But like something which was helpful from the Ross side was Ross was kind of planning you things out way before you start a school. Like our CDO is so involved in the process, like helping you with the recruitment, like preparing your resume, reaching out to alumni. So that was kind of smooth in that process. But like starting school, like I had like almost a gap of 8 years when the last time I finished my undergrad. So getting into academics, getting choosing which course we want to do was a lot. But something which was really helpful for me was the peer support, the support of MBA too, the alumni, especially alumni, the most important resource, like, helping you to understand what you can do to make your journey more seamless. Like getting feedback from them was really helpful. And the program office over Ross in general was really helpful to, this is what you can do right now. Focus on the aspect of academic and maybe start networking with the company. So it was kind of charted out in a way, but so that you know where you want to go next. But it all depends on you, like how much effort and energy you want to do that. And just like other school, like Ross really focus on like chart your own journey. So basically what you want to achieve in your life, do those things, like maybe get into club, to take specific courses, like connect with alumni. So it provided all necessary tool for me when I started my business school journey. And I'm so grateful for that without those tools and resources, I'm here for what I've achieved and what I dreamed of. So
That's
there's
amazing.
like so much things to it, but like one short answer is the help was tremendous from the university.
I love that. Yes. And do you think that it was really helpful that you had already a plan in terms of knowing where you're going to go, and a lot that being an important component to helping you navigate all the different elements associated with finding the job, getting the right courses, getting the right exposures and networks and all those kinds of things?
I'll say yes. There's a two thing. There's the folks who know what they want to do in life. They come to business school. Are the folks they want to explore in the career. So like a lot of my friends, when they were in the business school, they were thinking, I'm gonna do a consulting, tech, or IB. People explore that. For me, I was like dead set in my goal, like do or die kind of thing. I'm gonna get into tech side. So when I got an admit, so one thing I started doing that is like, this is what I want to do. this is the company where I wanted to work.
Mhm.
So I started networking like almost 2 or 3 months way in advance. Then I started my school career. Like
Mhm.
a lot of people would do that, but I thought like let's utilize that time to connect with an alumni.
Yeah.
Started reaching out to alumni of those companies where I wanted to basically intern and work,
Mhm.
and talking with them, getting in advice and insights and experience was so helpful for me, that when you have clear perspective, a clear goal in the mind, it becomes your journey so much easier if you can do that. And even though if you don't have it, that's totally fine. You can, business school is a way where a place where you can experience that and see what works for you or not, because like after that, I don't think so you're going to get a chance to do it. But like if you
Yeah.
had it, awesome. If not, no worries. Like get an experience. Like the whole experience is amazing itself.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And the other component that we didn't share on our marketing has been that in the process of you navigating and charting this new career for yourself, you also got married in that journey, and on top of that, your wife will be joining this fall Ross as well. So tell me a little bit about and everyone who has a partner, what does that experience feel like and look like in terms of Ross's support for those who come in with partners?
Yeah, sure, definitely. So I got married almost close to 2 months now. And so my wife, Prakriti, she is amazing. And I'm so lucky to have her. And she has been having like management kind of experience, and she wanted to pivot in the career. It's
Mhm.
not like I told her like you need to do an MBA. She was thinking to get more of a manager kind of experience.
Mhm.
Then, as we were together exploring the journey, what she wanted to do, what she wanted to attain in life,
Mhm.
and I was like, I used to keep on telling you about how awesome the Ross is,
Mhm.
and she got so interested and excited for this opportunity, and from there, like not including me, the community of Ross, like when she was coffee chatting with the current student,
Mhm.
was like so helpful to help her understand. And during the process also, Ross has the partners club,
Mhm.
especially for the admitted student. They can connect their partners, and the partner clubs has like different kind of event going on virtually or offline, where they
Yeah.
kind of provide a support in
Yeah.
a way, like more of like a community kind of place,
Yeah.
where like you feel like you belong to something. Like it's not like your partner is doing MBA, you feel like you're also doing MBA with him. That's how the community brings in. So
Yeah.
she was able to get a support from the university, including my friends. So I was so happy to see that you don't see like much in a business school emphasizing the partner.
Yeah.
Ross really emphasized and having the partner, bringing them along with you in your journey, and even like some partners, even some professor allows you to bring your partner to some classes. So I saw some of my friend brought their wife in the classes, and they were learning it, and like very inclusive of partner actually.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like, Ross is allowing them to have a taste of what an MBA is like so that
Yes.
they can join you guys too
Yeah.
officially in that journey. That's really wonderful because it's a really important part of, your career, right? To go through this journey and being able to include the people that matter to you most. It's obviously, tremendous. It makes a huge difference in terms of like your overall experience as well. So I love that. That's wonderful to hear. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the map experience at Ross. So you had a very clear focus in terms of what you wanted to do. And of course, people talk about just how many map projects are available and the bidding system. So tell me, how did you approach that process, and what were some of the experiences that you've had with map?
Yeah. So the map, for the folks who don't know, like map is a flagship program of Ross.
Mhm.
Like if somebody says Ross, people say map.
Yes.
And map is a action-based learning project. Like the first year MBA they do in like the fourth quarter of their program. So it's more about getting a real experience working in a company before you start an internship.
Mhm.
And the way map works in the Ross is that there's a list of companies that participate every year, and then you choose based on your career interest or something you want to different, and then you bid the project. And based on the bidding, your past experience, your future career interest, or maybe skills you have, they try to match everything and they assign you a project. Now for me, I know I want to get into the tech industry, which I'll be doing, I believe, like for my whole life. So I wanted to have something unique experience, because like as I was bringing the point, like business school is a place you can experience things. So I wanted to do non-traditional kind of a work. So I chose this project called C Sabadell. It's a Spanish third league team in Spain. And obviously that project was most sought project by everyone, because I was in Spain for almost 2 weeks to help them. And so basically the project was how to see alternative source of generating revenue for the soccer team. That experience was so profounding. Obviously it was more of a consulting kind of experience. So working in that space, I learned a lot, like I had a 6 teammate working with that as like a faculty advisor, was so involved. There was the board of director of the club who was so involved. The process was so much of like enlightening in a way, like, from everyone was there to help you succeed, and like being available to like provide information. And that was amazing. So long story short, the map experience was like amazing. Like I think so, like especially 2 weeks in Spain
Yeah.
was like so much fun. Obviously we did some work, definitely, and we had a lot of fun being there. So
Yeah.
Ross provides this opportunity, and some of my friends were doing project in Indonesia, some are doing in down South America. So people go all around the world, and people also do domestic.
Yeah.
So definitely look that up. If you don't know much about map, I really highly recommend it.
Yeah. And you are in a small team, right? That you work with on the project?
Yes.
Yeah, excellent. Now, what I also like is the component where you have advisors. So even though this is something that, I mean, knowing your story, I know that you did not have, soccer team experience previously. uh, what having just that safe environment by being around individuals, or being around the faculty and advisors and people who are kind of making sure that you're not making um, you know um, mistakes that are negatively impacting the project,
Yes.
will kind of gives you the confidence to I mean, is that what happened? Maybe I should ask and not
Yes.
assume.
Yes. So they were there to make sure that you're doing things properly. And obviously, like school has that kind of relationship with the company.
Mhm.
So they just want to make sure that everything is going smoothly. And the one of the faculty was also in the Spain for a few days to make sure that everything goes smoothly. So that was really nice to have that kind of a mentorship from a faculty. Like every project usually have like two faculty involved.
Yeah.
So like around specific field of industry, what kind of work you're doing.
Mhm.
And that was really helpful for us to see that we are not going crazy. We are but so yeah, that
Yeah,
was great.
that's amazing. That's really, really great. Yes, because especially like if you don't have that kind of experience previously, it can be a little bit anxiety inducing to do something entirely
Yes.
new and not knowing if you're going in the right direction. So having that support is amazing. And then let's talk a little bit about the support at Ross. So you shared earlier how supportive the community is. How and you also talked a little bit about the network, and you're leveraging that in helping you pivot into this financial services sector. um, can you tell me a little bit, or can you tell us a little bit about what that journey was like? How receptive were the faculty, or excuse me, the alumni at Ross in guiding this, your ability to get this Amex experience as an internship starting point, of course.
Yeah. So I think so. Like one thing when you get into business school, people talk a lot about a coffee chat.
Yes.
Obviously, like the coffee chat doesn't involve actually having a coffee, but it's like a more of a quick chat and to
Yeah.
know about, share your experience, get a feedback, and know about your alumni is doing,
Mhm.
or maybe current student. So as I was mentioning to you, so started doing a coffee chat with alumni way before.
Mhm,
So something of maybe it's a strange thing what happened, but like so one of the alumni interviewed for me for the Ross
mhm,
and was from Amex. And my career of interest where like I mentioned in the essay was I want to get into Amex. So
mhm.
to find that match was so amazing. And
Yeah.
after I got an admit, I like not only just for interview, like after I got an admit, I was always in touch with him. Over
Mhm.
the course of 1 year, he was like guiding me, the role is opening up, you need to apply, or like getting a feedback on my resume. Like sometimes like we don't use that what do you call the options or like maybe the accessibility where the alumni are also there, like to help you review your maybe resume, like depends on what kind of relationship you have.
Yeah.
So he was doing that. And of yesterday I had a lunch with him here in Amex. Like I was talking about my journey from like time when he interviewed me almost 2 years back, over
Yeah.
the course of the year how he was supporting me, and
Yeah.
now we are a colleague together in the same place. That was one of the example. Like there's so many examples from different companies the alumni are right now. They're always there, like writing an email to them, like you will definitely get a response. Like I know like a lot of time like folks they don't respond to your email or like LinkedIn messages, but like Ross alumni has been known for that. They're there to support you. This
Yeah.
is what we believe in, giving back
Yeah.
from resume review to interview preparation to know about a culture of the company or even refer you. So I got a lot of referral from alumni because
Yeah.
of relationship what I have built, and that really helped me to get a one step at a door.
Yeah. Amazing. I love that. And what I'm hearing kind of you talk about in terms of throughout our conversation is just how proactive you were in building those relationships. So I think that's going to be something that applicants that go through this journey, without the network and without your effort in building the network,
Yes.
obviously none of these things happen. But if you are willing to put in the effort in building those relationships and have as many conversations as you need to have, the possibilities are endless. Is that an understanding, an accurate understanding of that experience?
Yes. Also like having many conversation and at the same time also strengthening the conversation what you have. Normally what folks do is that they reach out to alumni, talk with them, that's all done and dusted. But like building that relationship over the course of time is also so much important. The folks who had a coffee chat before I even started my business school journey, like every quarterly I was like reaching out to them and checking up, hey, I saw you have this post on LinkedIn, like this is amazing, or like wishing them happy birthday, or like sharing my progress what has been in Ross journey. So I was in touch with them, so they were like becoming like my friend, and like when I need help, everyone's there to support me in this journey. So
Yeah.
strengthening the connection matters a lot because you never know uh, what ways you can get a help in future.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's. I think it's so important for everyone going through this process. I know we have. I know that there are some introverts along, who are considering business school, but everyone, of course, should go with their own. Comfort in terms of like how you build relationships, but without relationships is obviously it's more difficult to make the transitions and the moves. Okay, so now let's I know we are coming closer to the end of our live session. What advice would actually, before that, let me just ask you one more question. What would you say is your greatest personal learning that you've experienced at Ross? That this goes beyond just understanding business. Like, what is what was your growth like? Your own growth that happened at Ross.
Yeah, I guess like you learn a lot in a business school, and to me, something which I learned and I was like meditating in that quite a bit as I was working in Amex, so helpful in my whole process is bringing structure to your thought process. Like normally we speak, we present, we articulate, but like we don't add that structure of the processes. Like
Mhm.
going to like 1 year of like my first year of like MBA experience helped me to how to bring structure in the process. Start asking questions like why. I know Simon Sinek talks very detail about why do you have this deck in a presentation? Why you're doing this in the first place? Why you're here? So that structure helped me a lot of thinking about what I want to do in life, why I'm doing this course, why I'm meeting this friend, like everything. So that's some kind of personal learning which I took from that experience, and I'm doing that currently in Amex, like asking why I'm doing this, why do I have this information. So
Yeah.
that's something very personal which I learned from my business school experience.
I love that. And I would say that brings a level of purposefulness with everything that you do, because if you can't answer the why,
Yes.
the why that you're doing the thing
Yeah.
you're doing, then should it even be there? Should you be
Yeah.
wasting your time, right, on that process?
Yep.
Amazing. I love that. I think the greatest learnings, the greatest growth happens no matter what it is that you do on a personal level. First and then externally. So
Yes.
that's great.
So
So those of individuals that are watching live and those who will be watching in the future, the replay, what would be your greatest advice that you would give someone who is thinking about pursuing an MBA and considering Ross in terms of like what, that preparation process?
yeah, so excited for all of you who are considering Ross. What happens during the process of MBA, people put so much emphasis on GMAT, GRE kind of abilities, which is like needed, must to have that quant abilities. But I will say, think beyond that. Like Ross, especially university like Ross, is not only looking for an individual with like great GMAT or GRE score. They're looking for an individual who can contribute to the cohort, who can bring unique thought process or like some skills which everyone can learn from a diverse background. I would say look upon yourself, see what are the strengths, what are the qualities, skills you have. Like I'm pretty sure everyone has some of the unique abilities. You just need to look that up, write that out in essay, or like speak with uh, admission director, or like try to be vocal about that, like see that this is what you have and this is what you're going to bring in university, and this how Ross can help you. Like I would say put emphasis on that. And Ross really cares about individuals beyond like GMAT or GRE. They definitely want to have a smart people. They definitely want to have a people with great ideas. So just sign through your process, even in interviews. I would say that's only a piece of advice I have. And something which I learned the hard way is like bring your best version of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's the component that's always the challenging part, because if you can't tell the admission team what you bring to the table, you can't assume that they will infer based on what you write, right? Because you are literally telling them what you bring to the table. So taking the time to reflect in what your values are, what your experiences have been, and how those are going to be of value to the MBA cohort at Ross or any other school, I think it's an important takeaway. Amazing. Okay, so final thoughts. What's your favorite part? I'm going to do rapid fire, so this is just quick responses. We have 1 minute left, so let's quickly final thoughts. So, what's your favorite part of Ross? One word. Community. Excellent. What's the unexpected insights that you gained from Ross that when you went there, you didn't know that you were going to experience it?
Interesting. I have so many, but I would say interdisciplinary thinking and power of storytelling.
I love that. Okay. And how would you describe your Ross experience? One word.
Enlightening, fun.
Yes, I definitely. Aruj has, he's very adventurous. So Ross is, I think, the right also geographic location
Yes.
for those who want adventure in terms of being able to go outdoors and hiking and all of these kinds of wonderful experiences. So amazing. Well, Aruj, it was really, really wonderful having you. I know that our community is going to love hearing your story and learning from you in this journey, and I'm sure that they will be definitely considering Ross as part of their MBA application process. Thank you again, and for those of you who are watching live or as a replay, we already talked about Ross in terms of the application process. So if you are considering Ross, you can definitely go back to our YouTube channel and watch the Ross application guide. MBA application process. But next week we'll be talking about TUC, so definitely register for that if you are interested in learning how to approach your TUC application. Well, thank you everyone, and thank you
so much. Thank you, Susan. Thank you everyone for being here. And yeah, let me know if you want to know about Ross, and always there to help you. Okay. Thank you so much.
You are one of the ambassadors at Ross, right? So they can find you on the Ross website.
Yep.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all.
Yeah, bye-bye.